to uncover the mysteries hidden within an untouched land. Kong advanced with deliberate and cautious determination into an enigmatic cave. He was compelled by an inexplicable allure emanating from its shadowy depths. His colossal hand firmly gripped the ancient battle axe. The weapon's familiar heft offered reassurance and courage. He stepped boldly into the dense darkness beneath the Earth's surface. This subterranean world was concealed deep within the Earth's crust. It was a place enveloped in age-old secrecy. It was utterly unknown and untouched by any member of his species. A strange pulsating energy resonated quietly throughout the cavern. It infused Kong's axe with an intense otherworldly glow. He raised the luminous weapon with calculated vigilance. He meticulously illuminated every hidden corner and shadowed recess of his surroundings. Throughout the vast expansive cavern, glittering energy crystals stood in clusters. They cast ethereal, mesmerizing hues that danced upon the jagged stone walls. The effect created an otherworldly atmosphere. Amidst these luminous formations, Kong's eyes fell upon meticulously arranged rows of skulls. Their empty, haunting gazes faced upwards from the cold cavern floor. A chilling wave of dread gripped his heart. The realization struck him that these were the remains of his own kin. They were silent testimonies of a brutal massacre inflicted by unknown adversaries. His breathing became strained. His chest tightened painfully as an overwhelming sense of foreboding surged within him. Suddenly, a low, ominous growl echoed from the cave entrance. It reverberated deeply and pulled Kong's attention sharply outward. It stretched endlessly beyond the limits of his vision. He was momentarily overwhelmed by the sheer scale and beauty of this newfound world. Kong was abruptly brought back to his senses as an immense shadow appeared. It towered twice his considerable height and loomed menacingly before him. His muscles tensed instinctively. Adrenaline surged and prompted him to assume a defensive stance. He was fully prepared for combat. To his astonishment, the intimidating shadow began to diminish gradually. It ultimately revealed a peculiar golden-furred juvenile gorilla. It was a bewildering sight, unlike anything he had previously encountered. Kong was intrigued and determined to communicate peaceful intentions. He deliberately lowered his radiant axe onto the ground. He signaled trust and amicability. He extended a massive, gentle hand toward the juvenile. His palm opened softly, hoping to establish a friendly rapport. The mischievous youngster responded with unexpected defiance. It swiftly bit Kong and recoiled rapidly in a display of playful rebellion. Kong felt mild annoyance and surprise. His resolve to reconnect meaningfully with his kind remained unshaken after such prolonged isolation. Before he could attempt further reconciliation, a malevolent presence became evident behind him. A formidable, battle-scarred gorilla emerged from the shadows. Its face was etched deeply with the marks of numerous violent encounters. It clearly signaled hostile intent. Two hidden attackers launched themselves from their concealed positions without warning. They forcefully knocked Kong off balance. His prized axe hurtled hundreds of feet away. He recovered quickly and seized a jagged stone. He delivered a decisive strike and incapacitated one attacker instantly. Kong grasped another aggressor with swift precision. He deftly maneuvered him as a living shield to block further attacks. Kong subdued all three assailants within moments. Kong swiftly reclaimed his axe. The persistent juvenile gorilla resumed its aggressive assault. He grasped the defiant youngster firmly by the ankle. He improvised a surprisingly effective and unconventional defense. Kong skillfully deflected further attacks using the feisty juvenile as a makeshift weapon. He overpowered each adversary one by one. During the chaotic struggle, one attacker was pushed dangerously close to a steep cliff edge. Kong instinctively reached out in a fleeting moment of compassion. He rescued him from imminent death. The rescued gorilla showed no gratitude. It lunged back at Kong, treacherously brandishing a concealed blade. Kong reacted swiftly. He delivered a decisive and powerful kick. The traitor plunged irretrievably into the dark abyss below. The remaining attackers retreated hastily after witnessing this emphatic display of strength and resolve. They scattered in panic. Kong hurled a stone with impeccable accuracy to solidify his dominance and authority. It struck the fleeing leader squarely on the head. The blow further reinforced Kong's decisive victory. The attacker stumbled desperately onward despite the injury. He quickly vanished from view. Kong was resolute yet patient. He once again grasped the spirited juvenile and attempted to calmly reason with him. He recognized the futility of gentle persuasion. Kong placed the juvenile firmly upon the ground. He unleashed a thunderous roar that resonated deeply through the air. This unquestionably asserted his dominance and command. The juvenile paused, momentarily awed and intimidated. It timidly lifted a small hand after contemplating briefly. It pointed uncertainly toward a distant pathway. Under the meticulous guidance of the small monkey, Kong navigated carefully through dense, lush foliage. Their journey was filled with a sense of foreboding. After a grueling trek, they emerged at a vast, shimmering lake hidden deep within the ancient forest. The tranquil waters sparkled gently under scattered rays of sunlight. The small monkey paused, anxiously sniffing the air. It sensed an invisible yet imminent threat. Kong observed this wary behavior closely. He deeply inhaled to heighten his primal instincts, remaining alert and vigilant. Their fleeting moment of tranquility shattered abruptly. Delicate ripples disturbed the previously calm surface, stealthily moving toward them with malicious intent. An immense shadow enveloped them from above, plunging their surroundings into oppressive darkness. Kong turned quickly, his adrenaline surged at the sight of a colossal blue dragon towering menacingly above him. This enormous beast dwarfed him by at least 5 times. Its massive jaws brimmed with countless razor-sharp teeth, prepared to unleash devastating fury. Before Kong could fully comprehend the looming danger, the battle erupted violently. Acting instinctively, Kong wielded his formidable battle axe with remarkable agility. He skillfully intercepted and parried the dragon's fierce initial assault. Summoning every ounce of his immense strength, Kong forced the monstrous beast beneath the lake's turbulent waters, momentarily subduing it. The dragon retaliated viciously, swiftly coiling its muscular tail around Kong's arm and torso. It sought to crush him beneath the chaotic depths of the lake. The fierce struggle disrupted the lake's tranquility, turning it into a turbulent battleground. As Kong fought desperately underwater, the small monkey capitalized on the chaos. It betrayed Kong and fled gleefully. Its triumphant expression revealed the success of a cunning plot. The monkey's malicious satisfaction swiftly turned to dread. It encountered Kong's battle axe embedded firmly in the ground beside the dragon's severed head. Realizing its catastrophic misjudgment of Kong's strength, the monkey grasped the harsh reality. Kong had not only defeated the dragon but had consumed its remains. This act renewed his strength for the challenging journey ahead. Reinvigorated and steadfast, Kong compelled the defeated monkey to lead him toward its tribal homeland. The perilous route first led them across a haunting bridge constructed entirely from skeletal remains. Then they traveled through a dark, oppressive cavern illuminated solely by flowing rivers of molten lava and radiant mystical crystals. After navigating this arduous route, they reached their destination. Kong's eyes widened at the grim spectacle. He saw a vast expanse of enslaved monkeys enduring relentless torment, enclosed by towering walls of flame. Undaunted by the harrowing scene, Kong advanced resolutely. His determined approach became evident, causing the small monkey's confidence to visibly waver. It revealed its anxiety about a sinister threat lurking beneath the brutal oppression. Kong swiftly understood the profound suffering inflicted upon these enslaved monkeys. Their conditions exceeded even his most troubling expectations. Despite his profound shock, Kong moved forward. He passed grotesque displays of skulls, grim reminders of those who had fallen victim to this ruthless regime. Suddenly, an elderly monkey accidentally dropped a stone. This action triggered immediate brutality from a nearby guard, who savagely kicked him without mercy. Enraged by this cruelty, Kong immediately intervened, dismissing the small monkey's panicked attempts to restrain him. With defiant resolve, Kong slammed his axe powerfully into the earth, openly challenging their oppressive captors. He gently lifted the wounded elder to his feet, drawing the aggressive guard's attention. Kong swiftly silenced the guard with a single decisive strike. This act of defiance summoned the fearsome Star King. His formidable presence cast immediate dread over the assembled crowd. Star King circled Kong menacingly, meticulously appraising his adversary. Upon noticing Kong's distinctive iron fang, Star King smiled maliciously. This titanium implant, expertly installed by humans, replaced a severely decayed tooth. The sight vividly triggered Kong's memory. He remembered being sedated aboard an advanced yellow spacecraft. Skilled human dentists, despite nearly succumbing to Kong's potent breath, carefully replaced his damaged tooth with the robust titanium implant. Coincidentally, this spacecraft had earlier detected an enigmatic distress signal from deep within Earth's subterranean layers. This prompted an urgent deployment of a specialized exploration team. Utilizing advanced technology, the team's vessel penetrated Earth's core, discovering an extraordinary underground paradise. To prevent unwanted conflict, they activated stealth mode. They sought shelter in a secret scientific outpost previously established. Tragically, upon arrival, they found only devastation and death. A deeply unsettling giant handprint was ominously etched upon the facility's walls. Meanwhile, Kong triumphantly returned to his lair, reclaiming his trusted axe. He encountered a young chimpanzee affectionately known as the Golden Monkey. The monkey enthusiastically guided him to their communal cave. Here Kong confronted Star King, a ruthless tyrant ruling through fear and cruelty. Star King suspected betrayal and threatened the young monkey. The courageous father bravely stepped forward to protect his child. Without hesitation, Star King mercilessly kicked the brave father into molten lava, eliciting anguished cries from the grieving child. Witnessing such ruthless brutality ignited an overpowering fury within Kong. Star King immediately launched a vicious attack. He expertly wielded a whip studded with deadly blades, swiftly clearing the battlefield for combat. Despite Kong's extraordinary strength, Star King's agility and combat finesse initially overwhelmed him. The whip inflicted a severe injury upon Kong's hand, momentarily disarming and incapacitating him. Driven by sheer determination, Kong mounted a fierce counterattack, temporarily repelling his formidable adversary. Acknowledging Kong's resilience, Star King summoned Shimo, a powerful creature reluctantly bound through a mysterious crystal enchantment. In a courageous act of defiance, Kong swiftly retrieved his axe, fiercely defending himself against Shimo's overwhelming strike. However, the devastating attack grievously injured Kong, rendering his right arm completely useless. Seeing Kong's dire predicament, the small monkey urgently indicated a hidden escape route, urging immediate retreat. Fully recognizing the threat posed by Kong's potential recovery, Star King swiftly dispatched his minions to relentlessly pursue. Severely wounded yet driven by an indomitable will to survive and seek vengeance, Kong swiftly disappeared into the shadows. He vowed resolutely to heal, regain his strength, and meticulously prepare for the inevitable confrontations yet to come. King Kong clutched his wounded arm tightly. Blood seeped steadily through trembling fingers. He ran, gasping for breath with every painful step. Fear and anxiety filled his mind, yet determination remained clear in his eyes. He frequently glanced behind to gauge the distance of his relentless pursuers. Beneath his desperate escape lay a meticulously crafted strategy, a cunning trap carefully arranged to ensure his survival. His heart pounded fiercely in his chest. King Kong reached the critical point of his plan. He summoned the last reserves of his strength. Then he propelled himself into a daring leap. Resolve was evident on his exhausted face. King Kong seized this brief moment of opportunity. He mustered every ounce of strength left to dash onward. Yet hope vanished quickly as he faced an imposing cliff face. Its height was an insurmountable obstacle, mocking his desperate attempt at escape. Despair tightened around King Kong like an iron grip. He turned wearily to face his approaching enemies. Only 5 adversaries remained. Their earlier bravado was replaced by cautious hesitation. They advanced slowly, instincts alert. They were unaware their cautious steps triggered King Kong's final trap. Hidden above them was a devastating mechanism designed with precision. The moment their steps disturbed the terrain, the trap activated. Massive stones cascaded violently downward. Every assailant was crushed instantly beneath the merciless force. Breathing raggedly, King Kong lifted his gaze skyward. Relief and gratitude flooded him as he saw the golden monkey. His loyal companion had activated the trap at the perfect moment. As adrenaline receded, King Kong collapsed onto the rough ground. The numbing chill from an earlier supernatural foe spread deeper through his arm. His limb became lifeless and unresponsive. Acting swiftly, the golden monkey rushed to King Kong's side. He gently aided his weakened friend toward a clearing. A group of anxious scientists awaited them. Upon arrival, King Kong collapsed into unconsciousness from overwhelming exhaustion. Scientists quickly deployed advanced medical equipment. They scanned his condition urgently. The results were alarming. King Kong's soft tissues were severely damaged and dangerously close to irreparable. Recognizing King Kong's critical importance, the scientists initiated emergency measures immediately. Soon an advanced spacecraft descended from their distant base. It moved smoothly through the sky, carrying a powerful, sophisticated weapon. With precise accuracy, the spacecraft delivered a mechanical arm directly toward King Kong. A potent regenerative serum accompanied the mechanical limb. Automatically, the robotic limb attached securely to King Kong's damaged arm. It immediately injected the serum. Moments later, King Kong awoke. An electrifying surge of vitality filled his body. His previously damaged tissues rapidly healed. Strength coursed powerfully through his veins. King Kong gazed in astonishment at his new mechanical limb. An incredible power pulsed vibrantly within him. Despite this newfound strength, King Kong recognized soberly that Star King remained too powerful to overcome alone. Star King was fortified by the immense might of Shimo. Fully aware of this reality, King Kong quickly chose his next action. He navigated through a hidden teleportation tunnel. He moved swiftly toward the surface. His mission was clear. He needed the legendary Godzilla's help. King Kong knew their combined strength was their only chance to succeed in the imminent battle. Deep beneath the icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean, Godzilla lay dormant in peaceful hibernation. His massive form blended seamlessly with the dark ocean depths. Suddenly his slumber was disrupted by an intense surge of nuclear energy. It rippled through Earth's crust and disturbed his tranquil resting place. Far above on the surface, chaos erupted in Rome, Italy. A giant king crab was rampaging through the ancient city. Its massive claws crushed monuments and skyscrapers alike. Terrified citizens fled in panic. Sensing urgency, Godzilla awoke swiftly. He ascended rapidly, breaking through the ocean surface with explosive force. Guided by primal instinct, he raced toward Rome to restore balance. Upon arrival, an epic battle began immediately. Godzilla towered majestically above the city. He leaped into the air, firing a powerful beam of electric energy directly at the crab. The monstrous crustacean retaliated furiously, whipping its giant tentacles in defense. Despite fierce resistance, the crab was overwhelmed by Godzilla's immense strength. The crab shattered into countless fragments. Amusingly, these remains were appropriated by the online celebrity Batan vlog for a unique culinary dish. After resolving the immediate threat, Godzilla turned his focus toward his trusted ally Kong, who waited patiently for his return. Elsewhere, Dia and her companions diligently performed an ancient mystical ritual. Their mission was clear and crucial. They needed to awaken the legendary Titan Mothra from deep enchanted sleep. Humanity's survival depended on their success. Only the combined strength of Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra could confront the fearsome Star King. Meanwhile, Kong had triumphantly ascended back to Earth's surface. His robotic arm gleamed brightly under the moonlight. He raised his mechanical fist to the sky, emitting a powerful roar. This call clearly reached Godzilla, who surged from the ocean, rapidly approaching. However, sensing Kong's presence, Godzilla misunderstood the intention. He perceived it as a challenge rather than a summons. Godzilla attacked Kong immediately without hesitation. In self-defense, Kong threw sand directly into Godzilla's eyes, temporarily blinding and enraging him further. Godzilla swiftly counterattacked, clamping his powerful jaws onto Kong and slamming him forcefully onto the ground. Understanding Godzilla's aggressive intent, Kong summoned immense power from his mechanical limb. He retaliated fiercely, delivering a relentless series of powerful punches. Each strike weakened Godzilla until he finally collapsed exhausted. Kong seized the opportunity, grasping Godzilla's tail, intending to drag him back to Hollow Earth. However, Godzilla regained consciousness before reaching the entrance. Driven by primal rage, Godzilla unleashed a powerful electric blast, knocking Kong down violently. Godzilla began gathering energy for a final devastating strike, driven by vengeance. At the critical moment, Mothra arrived, heroically guided by Dia's successful ritual. Mothra urgently communicated with Godzilla, explaining the grave threat posed by Star King. Realizing the severity of the situation, Godzilla reluctantly agreed to cooperate, understanding unity was essential. At this pivotal moment, Star King arrived, ominously drawn by Kong's presence. His arrival signaled imminent catastrophe. Just as despair took hold, Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra rallied courageously, preparing for battle. Suddenly, two powerful energy crystals collided, creating a magnetic disruption. This suspended gravity, momentarily causing temporary chaos. The Titans quickly adapted, regaining composure as gravity returned. With determination and deep hatred, Kong and Star King charged into battle, fiercely clashing. Simultaneously, Godzilla faced off against the formidable Shimo. Mothra skillfully maneuvered through the chaos, neutralizing Star King's army of followers. At the peak of the fierce battle, gravity abruptly stabilized. All combatants were pulled through a massive tunnel leading back to Earth's surface. This extraordinary transition set the stage for a decisive and legendary final confrontation. Earth's fate now hung precariously in the balance as the Titans prepared for their ultimate showdown. King Kong fought desperately to wield his mighty battle axe. Every muscle strained as he struggled against an overwhelming gravitational force pulling him downward. The relentless force ultimately forced him to abandon his weapon. It remained dangerously lodged in the sheer face of a towering cliff. Meanwhile, Star King emerged triumphantly onto solid ground. He experienced exhilaration as sunlight touched his skin after being trapped underground for an eternity. Star King's ambitions surged uncontrollably. He envisioned Earth reshaped by his dominance and subjugated beneath his rule. At his side appeared Shimo. Shimo was an immense and formidable beast whose presence exuded power and dread. Star King commanded Shimo to unleash its catastrophic freezing breath. His intention was to plunge Earth back into an ice age. Just as Shimo began gathering its immense energy, King Kong surged forward with explosive speed. He delivered a thunderous punch that sent Star King sprawling backward. Kong stood tall and proud. His triumphant grin served as a retort to Star King's previous mockery and disdain. Simultaneously, Godzilla engaged Shimo in a ferocious clash. Shimo's thick hide proved nearly impervious even to Godzilla's atomic breath. This forced Godzilla to reconsider his battle tactics. Shimo's immense bulk and unyielding defenses presented a significant challenge. Although Star King posed little direct threat to Kong, his control over Shimo gave him strategic leverage. This control was enabled by a glowing crystal. Star King directed Shimo to assault King Kong with ruthless precision. Under this intense attack, Kong was forced into a defensive stance. Seizing this moment of dominance, Star King momentarily overlooked Godzilla. Quietly, Godzilla amassed an immense surge of nuclear energy. He realized breaking Star King's hold over Shimo was essential to victory. Godzilla swiftly grasped the bone whip, symbolizing control, and shattered it decisively. The luminous crystal fell dramatically to the ground. Star King lunged toward it, desperate to regain control. However, he was intercepted by Godzilla's fiery atomic blasts. Unable to withstand this relentless assault, Star King recoiled in agony. He failed to reclaim his instrument of dominance. With Star King momentarily incapacitated, Godzilla turned his attention back to Shimo. This gave King Kong crucial breathing room. Kong lunged determinedly toward the fallen crystal. Star King, driven by desperation, intercepted him. He wrapped his powerful arms around Kong's throat. At this dire moment, a small courageous monkey appeared unexpectedly. It was gripping King Kong's lost battle axe retrieved from the cliff. Recognizing Kong's plight, the small monkey sprang forward. It shattered the crystal with one decisive swing of the axe. Star King, consumed with rage, lunged toward the small creature. Before he could harm it, King Kong delivered another devastating punch. Star King was sent sprawling across the battlefield. Free from Star King's control, Shimo swiftly turned against him. It unleashed its chilling breath, freezing Star King in ice. Even frozen, Star King's defiance persisted. King Kong leapt into the air and shattered the icy prison, reducing Star King to countless shards. With the battle concluded, Godzilla aimed his atomic breath skyward. This dissolved the lingering ice, restoring Earth's climate to equilibrium. Mothra diligently repaired the damaged dimensional rift. Godzilla returned beneath Rome's historic Colosseum, entering a deep slumber. King Kong guided the small monkey and Shimo back to Hollow Earth. Here he established a new era of prosperity. The gorilla tribe joyously welcomed Kong, crowning him their beloved ruler. Thus the epic saga concluded. It profoundly illustrated an enduring truth. Territories may easily change, but inherent nature endures. Star King's downfall, driven by greed, arrogance, and disregard for adversaries, stood as a testament. It highlighted the inevitable fate awaiting those who underestimate their foes.